Hi everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I'm your host for this Astro Forecast for August 2nd and 3rd, 2023. So, how are the energies on your side of the globe? Pretty intense? I don't know. Maybe just me? So, here we are with a period of time, by the way, where this sacred geometry called the finger of God, two quincunx, showed us one major point of where we have to pay attention. So the Venus retrograde. Venus retrograde, the planet that is master teacher of love, of desires, of passion, making sure our passions are and our motives and our intentions are clear to us. So without labeling negative or positive, but making sure that we are aware truly of what we are creating and what is the intention behind, okay? So there we have this energy with Neptune retrograde that is calling us to end certain cycles. So some of you, if you need support with any type of addictive pattern, and that doesn't have to be substance, but it could be a coping mechanism with distracting yourself from listening to what is creating a void, okay? The energies are very much here triggering a lot of intensity for the purpose for you to actually dive deeper into following what is this discomfort is trying to show you. Okay, so this is not an easy energy, and I was like almost like, how am I going to talk about this? Really, I almost like didn't want to even go online, but there's different steps and layers to activate a certain level of confidence with following the trail of our own discomfort. Okay, so I actually came back from a walk and my man was like trying to tell me like, oh, but if you have anxiety, maybe, you know, you could do this. And I'm like, no. Don't distract me from my anxiety. And he looked at me like, what? And I'm like, yes, I want to follow the trail of my own anxiety. And I did. And it showed me a certain pathway of grounding everything that I was receiving at this time through the cosmic waves that was found in nature. So it was like, I literally like within 5 minutes of saying, I don't want to be distracted, to a moment of awe. And I was like, how is that even possible? Like, I'm super anxious. I follow the anxiety. And all of a sudden I'm like, so this is not something that is comfortable, especially if we have many blockages in almost, I would tell you, the birth canal. So the void is really the wormhole between your lower self and your higher self. Okay, this is literally what this sacred geometry is trying to intensify, is for you to go within. So this desire, all those desires, all those intentions, all the things that you want to co-create, you have to understand that this expression is not separate from the divine, the source. But the pathway to communicate, a lot of us have some coping mechanism with the anxiety that can be created from the initial separation from source. Okay, so you being here on earth, feeling separated from all the love that is, we have to walk back the trail. And in this pathway, we have to remove the ego, the personality self. We have to remove some of the negative conditioning. So some of you, really, if that resonates, go and check out on my bio link. I have a playlist for frequency healing. This is everything I channel. I have a group of meditation. We're doing a lot of Shakti activation energy. We're meditating as a group, and it's bringing me a lot of awareness as what to bring in terms of frequency to help us kind of smooth out this pathway of communication, because literally the pathway is a void. So it's going to feel like darkness, but there's a lot of information that is waiting for you to be activated. And there's a lot of sacred geometry. So we've been working with, people that meditate with my group. We've been working with sacred geometry to allow the codes inside ourselves to activate this gateway. So some of you, this is definitely something that can help you through the intensity realize that your discomfort is actually a call from your higher self to do something to put yourself back in alignment. But in order to know what is needed, you need to listen. My example for you is, imagine just like a child, okay? And the child is pouting, is like, what's wrong? I don't know. What do you need? I don't know. Do you need this and this and this? And we keep on like bringing different distraction and options. Okay? But we usually don't allow the space for the child to feel safe to figure this out themselves. We try to input things, but that comes from a good intention. So usually what we need is to create the space for the child, for another, to be what? To be vulnerable. To be vulnerable in the face of discomfort, in the face of not knowing, and saying like, okay, let's sit with that. Can you just like let yourself feel this for a second? Like, can you let yourself feel yourself? Because especially when they're children, they might have like right away, and it might not come as a sentence, okay? Sometimes just giving you the space to be there and breathe, it's almost like a reset. Then your next action, your next impulse is going to be your answer. This is the trick, okay? So this is definitely something that that is going to be a practice this month. August, I will be channeling some of the readings for the month of August. I have been caught up in the wave of energy, just channeling a lot of tools for us as far as music support. That was something actually that when I was in my anxiety, I was like, as soon as I put some sound, I was like, oof, it's almost like I decompressed. And it was allowing me to feel a little bit more space for me to kind of figure out the next steps. And then I was really caught. I was like, I need to go in nature, because nature is going to show me the way to ground. And it was interesting because it was obviously speaking to me, but it was a particular way that I use in meditation. So nature was answering to me how to guide others to anchor their energy for this energy wave and things like that. So again, you have to stay with your feelings and offer the space for yourself to be vulnerable and be like, it's okay for me not to feel okay, because that's actually a part of me that wants to feel better, that has something to share. Maybe it's a sign that, you have to get out of your mind and be okay with following the magic of your essence. It's not an easy road, and we're all practicing, and we're all reminder for this type of messages for each other. So I trust this message got you just in time, just in alignment, because the sacred geometry here with the sun, especially the sun right now, we have the next 5 days that are meant to bring you confidence. Bring you confidence with what? The moon here is going to go in certain degrees of Pisces that are going to show you some of the potential of the light that you lost in certain places. Okay, so that means, if you're still attached to a certain outcome of fear that creates fear in you, Right now, the sun is going to bring you some support so you can feel confident, that you can call back this part of you, that you don't have to expect everything to always manifest the same way, because you're different. You're evolving every time. So every time something comes up, you have the space to feel it differently, behave a little bit differently, feel differently about, even in the face of challenges, whatever is being presented before you is going to be different. So there's a lot of, experiences that can be spiraled again, because we've been feeling this spiral energy. So we can retrieve some parts of our own, awareness, of our own light. We also can bring, this is where we have with Mars and Mercury, it's time for us to bring back forgiveness for ourselves. Remember, forgiveness, forgive. Give yourself what you need. Give yourself the love. Give yourself the compassion. Okay, this is definitely here a lot of inclination to become the love that you want to manifest, and realize that it's all in here. So every time you're in discomfort, and if you're running away from that discomfort, that's exactly like in a relationship, if the one that you love, when you're not feeling okay and want to talk or want to stay in the presence of each other, they're like, no, thank you. I'd rather go shopping. Yeah, we can understand that energy. So realize that this is what's going on inside of you. This is this relationship that we're trying to, reunify and see what are the things that may have created some rifts, what may have created some, miscommunication, anxiety, resentment, any type of negative conditionings. So that's what I have for today and for the third also. Thank you so very much for being part of this journey with me, being part of the channel. But again, remember, go on my bio link. You can go and check out the frequency music healing if you're experiencing any type of intensity. And you can always DM if you have questions about it. Namaste.